Welcome to Results Manager. Results Manager makes it easy to manage and interpret PCR data based on the rules you've defined, so you'll generate results faster with less risk of error and in fewer manual steps. So, let's get started. Before interpreting the results, you need to define the test. Log in and get started by naming the test that you're going to use. Then, select an instrument model for your test. At the moment, Results Manager supports the following most common instrument models. You can find all of these instrument models on the list. Moving on to sample matrices. Here, you'll be presented with a list of matrices you've defined in advance. All you need to do is select those you want to use. Now, head over here to define targets you want to retrieve results from. In this example, we'll add two targets: avian rotavirus A, which is mapped to external ID orange, and avian rotavirus D, mapped to external ID green. You'll find that Results Manager has automatically created for you the corresponding analytes. A result will be reported for each analyte that you have here. All set, let's define controls. You can add any kinds of controls here. In this example, we'll create two controls, negative and positive. Now, we're ready to define run validation and result interpretation rules for the test. First things first, let's add control rule sets. And the way we go about that is simply by selecting the rules we want to add from the right sidebar. For this example, we'll only add control CT validation rules because our test is qualitative. We'll first create a negative control rule checking that there's no CT for either of the targets. Then, we'll create a positive control rule checking that there must be CT for both targets. And here they are. Our control rule sets are now complete. And it's just as easy to define result interpretation rules. Here, we'll first define that these rules are for the sample matrix we've selected. We'll then add a positive CT rule for avian rotavirus A. You'll find that Results Manager automatically creates the not rule for us. Let's do the same for avian rotavirus D. So now, immediately, we've created most parts of the rule tree in just a few minutes. That easy. The last thing we need to do is to add negative result rules and positive result rules at the end of the tree branches. So with all of these done, we're ready to publish the test, which will then be used for automatic result interpretation. All the tests that we've created will be visible in this test section. A side note, if you're a test manufacturer, you can give these test definitions to your customers. All they have to do is drop the file to Results Manager, and voila! They will have all your tests predefined correctly. Now that your test has been defined, you can import result files into Results Manager. There are three ways to do that. You can manually import them by dragging and dropping, or you can periodically have them imported from a defined directory, or you can import them using API from middlewares. In this example, we'll drag and drop the result files into Results Manager, then hit Upload. If you have all the information needed for the result interpretation, you'll see the results immediately and can start reviewing them. It's that easy. On the Run view, you can easily see how the controls have performed. The controls look okay, so let's review the sample results either in this list view or in a plate view. You can easily view the raw data curves all at once or investigate them separately in just a few clicks. Results Manager shows interpretation logic of each result, so you can trace the results back to the new raw data. If you find some results peculiar, you can flag them so your colleagues can review them later. Your colleagues will be able to approve these flagged results or discard them if they're invalid. For the results that look okay, you can approve them so they'll be ready to send to LIS. In the Approved section of each run, you'll be able to view all the approved results and controls. When it's time for a handoff, simply head down to the bottom right corner of the screen. Then hit this button to print out the results. The result files are also available in CSV, XML, and PDF formats. In the Audit section, you can see a full audit trail that shows who has done what by when. Every run you've imported into Results Manager gets automatically saved and stored in the history, so you can quickly browse through them or look for particular samples by names. Results Manager will help you interpret PCR results at the highest possible speed and generate 100% reproducible results, and it's already helping laboratories worldwide revolutionize their workflows. So why not yours?